It's more than doubled in size. A lot of that was driven due to the deep recession starting in 2008, but actually the trend upward started around 2001, actually with the 2001 recession. And this is kind of the first time in post-World War II history in the US where this has happened, this kind of far out after a recession has ended. Wages have either stagnated or fallen, especially in the lower part of the income distribution, the lower half. And so this has generated this real need, and this need that's persisted for many families over time. The program's been shown to be very effective in reducing what we call food insecurity. It's been shown as an effective anti-poverty program, so it lifts about 5 to 6 million families over the poverty line each year. 50 to 60,000 households are asked December of each year an 18-item questionnaire about the food security status of their household. And today, nearly 50 million Americans are classified as food insecure, which means they answer yes to at least 3 out of those 18 questions. Today in America, we don't have the hunger that President Kennedy was shocked by in 1960, but we do have what we call this issue of food insecurity, where people are struggling financially to feed themselves and the people in their household. And the food stamp program is there to help alleviate some of that insecurity, but it's not enough. The reasons for food insecurity are actually pretty complicated. So it turns out that not every poor person is food insecure. And in fact, about half of the poor population in the US do not classify themselves as food insecure. Even though they have lower incomes, they have higher education. So again, education helps combat food insecurity, and part of that is being better at financial management and also presumably better health knowledge in general. So there are a lot of factors that weigh into food insecurity above and beyond income in this country. And so it's a real policy challenge for our nation. And our center has been very active both in conducting research on this issue as well as funding research of others through grants from the USDA. Food insecurity has been shown to be associated with a variety of physical and mental health issues amongst children. If children are going hungry, that affects their ability to concentrate in school. Their ability to concentrate in school affects their academic performance, which affects both their interest in school as well as potential long-term outcomes, both health and income. Some of the counties canceled almost 30 days of school this past winter. Creates a huge challenge because that means the parent can't go to work or grandparent, whoever's taking care of the child. Many of those children are dependent on school breakfast and lunch. That means how are they getting fed on those days if they don't get access? In fact, only about 2/3 of schools in the US offer school breakfast during the school year. So there are a lot of children that don't even have access to the program even though they may be in real need. About 85% to 90% of schools provide the school lunch program. Kids do have access to it. But we also see participation decline pretty quickly with age. So teens are much less likely to participate in the school breakfast and lunch program, even though there's some suggestive evidence that shows that they really need it because their bodies are just burning up so many calories, that has an effect. And all the kids in these 27 schools here in Fayette County that were selected will be eligible for the free breakfast and lunch. The basic idea for that is an attempt to reach kids who are likely eligible but choose not to participate, whether it's because of stigma or something like that. Or they may not realize that they're eligible for it. Or their parents may not realize they're eligible and may not fill out the paperwork. Hopefully this will have a real positive effect on not only the academic performance of the children in this school, but ultimately their health. Both as a researcher, but also as a taxpayer. I want to know whether or not this program is having a positive effect on the children in the way that we think that it should.